Hi, I'm Cheryl with Healthy and Keto, and today we're doing a collaboration with some of the other YouTube channels, small YouTube channels, and I will link them below, and if I have enough room on the screen, I will link them over here as well, or list them on these, but I will link them below. So everyone is going to be talking about their ideas, about their journey, and those kinds of things. This is the new year, new you, and I'm hoping that this will be an inspiration for you all to start your keto, low carb, or carnivore journey, because we are all in this space together. I started in 2018 in January, started to do a lot of research. And I'm not one that just kind of jumps into things anyway. And if you've paid any attention to just about any keto person, low carb person, or carnivore person, they all say the same thing: to do your research. So this was something I was very familiar with, and I started in January as far as doing the research, and I decided that I was going to actually start the actual journey and actually do keto in July of 2018, and that was July 2nd was when I started. And I will hopefully show pictures before. And now. I'm not going to say before and after because I'm still working on this, and I'm planning on staying this particular way of eating, so it will be it's a lot easier for me just to do it that way. This is number 2. What are my best tips for starting keto? As I said before, I started doing a lot of research in January. I didn't officially start keto until July, but from January until July, I started weaning myself off of sugar and chocolates all are and will be more than likely something that I will do all the time. I have a sweet tooth, and I have right now, I do keto sweets, but chocolate and eliminating the sodas, that was my first step. And then I just kind of kept going down and down and down until on July 2nd of 2018, I started keto. So my suggestion would be definitely to do your research and start very slowly. Don't expect to change something overnight. Just like doing any new habit, it's best to start things very slowly. Start one thing at a time and don't try to rush it, because this is a lifestyle and not something that is a diet. Other than weight loss, what are some of the benefits? Now, I have a video. I'm going to link up there, and I will link it down below as well, of all of my health benefits that I've noticed. So I no longer have high blood pressure. I'm no longer pre-diabetic. I'm able to move a lot easier. I have a lot more energy. I have a more even keel mood. I don't get anxious as much. I don't have depression as much. So I'd say that there's just a lot of health benefits. But like I said, I've got a video for that, so I'm going to go ahead and link it up there and down below as well. Number 4, money saving tips. I have a few money saving tips, and I assume that probably all the ones on this collaboration will say pretty much the same thing I'm going to say, but maybe we'll have some differences. My first tip would be to pay attention to your flyers. In the grocery stores, they'll have certain sale items, and make sure you get those. And if you are doing keto, if you're shopping in the perimeter of the grocery store, you'll find that you'll do much better. You don't really need a lot of products. You can use those products, but it's not necessary. And I think a lot of those products are very, very expensive anyway. Another thing is when you're shopping, my dog is not liking this video. When you are shopping around the perimeter, you will also see in the meat department, there are certain things that are manager specials. I've done this for years before I was on keto. Go ahead and grab the manager specials. A lot of times they're a decent cut of meat, and you have a good cut of meat at a reasonable price. You either need to eat it then or put it in the freezer, and most of the time I keep my my food in the freezer anyway, so it's not any big deal. Eggs are cheap. You can get those 60 eggs for whatever, you know, just use the eggs. Eggs are very inexpensive. Also, use your local people. Sometimes you will find eggs that are from your neighbors. They have chickens and they have extra eggs, and either they will give them to you or they will sell them to you at a reasonable price. This is a great option for, especially with all the prices going up. Number 5, what did you believe before? That was bad. And low fat and lots of grains and lots of rice. Rice is good. I remember a lot of times we would go to the Asian market, and that would be a money saving tip that I forgot that would be up there, is go to your ethnic markets. You will find a lot of good quality meats and vegetables at a more reasonable price. But we would go to the Asian market and we would get 25-pound bags of rice. It was cheap, and we would go through it pretty quickly in comparison. I mean, we had 5 people in our family, so we ate a lot of rice. And now I think about how much sugar and how much starch is in that. Whew. Never again. Now I'm not saying that, it's to each his own. If you want to have the rice, that's fine. But for me, that's not something I would do. I remember, trying to skim off the bacon grease off of different things, and now it's just like I make my bacon, I save the grease, and I use it to cook with. I enjoy it. I love the taste. I love the flavor. That is good. It not only tastes better, it is good for you. Number 6, YouTubers that I follow, that I followed before I started. Wow, research. Oh my goodness. I said I did a lot of research. So one of my first ones was Thomas DeLauer. He is very good for understanding some of the science. He got a little over my head after a while, and but at the very beginning I was having a lot of questions, and then I watched Dr. Axe, I think his name is. I started watching him for a bit, and definitely Dr. Berry, Dr. Boz. If anybody asks me who to look for when you're starting out, Dr. Berry is very no nonsense, tell it like it is, kind of, if he thinks it's BS, he will say everything, and he doesn't hold back anything. Very clear information that you can take to the bank, basically. He has a book called Lies My Doctor Told Me. That is a book that I would recommend anybody, whether you are interested in keto or just health in general. That I would recommend. Dr. Boz is another one. Both Dr. Berry and Dr. Boz have these Keto 101 or Beginning Keto playlists, and those are very, very helpful when you're starting out. So I would recommend those. Those are my big keto channels that I would recommend. Also, if you're wanting some keto information on basically lifestyle, Dr. Berry's wife, Nisha Berry, has her own channel as well, and the two crazy ketos, they really talk about how to put it into your lifestyle. So those are the ones I would recommend. But I'd love to hear some others because I know that there's so many. Okay, simple meals. Simple meals for keto. I think our favorite one is the egg roll in a bowl, and I think that's another one that if anyone asks me something specific about keto and something that they can make right away, egg roll in a bowl is the one I use. Ground beef, ground turkey, ground chicken, ground sausage, whatever kind of ground meat you want, and a bag of your cabbage, like your coleslaw cabbage, and you just mix it up, put the spices in that you want. You can add peppers, you can add onions, you can add other vegetables to it, and it is a quick meal that you can make in probably about 10 minutes, and it's delicious. And that's definitely my go-to on that. Eggs are another one, and simply pick a protein, pick a fat, and pick a vegetable. Simple. Don't make it complicated. You don't have to have like 3,000 ingredients. I like to cook very simple meals. I would like to say Happy New Year, and thank you very much for stopping by. I'm Cheryl with Healthy and Keto. I'll talk to you soon.